Jesus can't be Messiah of Israel, prophet of truth. Look at the riffraff who hang out with him, critics of Jesus whined. A prophet is known by the company he keeps, they said. If this man were a real Messiah, he would attract the right sort of people. People like us. Don't you find it interesting that the chief criticism of Jesus, not only in today's gospel, but elsewhere as well, was that Jesus ate and drank, i.e., partied with sinners, bad sinners, like tax collectors, who were the worst criminals in Judea, traitors to their own people, thieves, collaborators with the Romans. It's like Jesus had gone out for a night on the town with members of the mafia or ISIS. Supercharged sinners, if there ever were such a thing. We only admit to our table those who are worthy of our invitation. The dinner table is a place of intimacy, the inner sanctum of the family. We are known by those whom we invite to dinner. Jesus is notorious for eating with tax collectors and sinners of all stripes. Tax collectors, despised collaborators with the Roman occupation forces. Tax collectors who were robbing their own people to help the Romans pay for their military power that was oppressing Israel. Sinners, those who didn't know Scripture, who failed to attend to their religious duties. These are the sort of folk with whom Jesus fraternized and socialized. In response, you expect Jesus to say, "But I'm going to redeem these sinners, clean them up, make them fly right, teach them right from wrong, make them to look more like you, the faithful." But you will note that's not what Jesus said. He responds to his critics by telling a couple of little stories. Which one of you shepherds, if one of your sheep should wander off, would you not abandon the other sheep? Who lack the curiosity to wander and go and beat the bushes, to search high and low until you found that lost sheep? And when you found that one sheep, would you not put it on your shoulders as if it were a little child and rush back to your friends and neighbors shouting, "I found my lost sheep. I'm throwing a party such as this town has never seen. Come party with me"? Which one of you wouldn't do that? And which one of you women, if you misplaced a quarter, would not move all of the heavy appliances out of your house onto the porch, push all of the furniture into the yard, and rip up the carpet? And when you found that coin, would you not run up and down the street calling to everyone, "Hey everybody, I found that lost coin. All of you are invited to a 48-hour bash at my house as soon as I get the furniture back in place, and we're going to tie one on"? Which one of you wouldn't do that? who's having difficulty in algebra class, okay, maybe not Lisa Pollitt, which one of you wouldn't search out that student's home address, then follow that student home and kick down that student's door, push aside that student's shocked parents, rip down that flat-screen TV off the wall, push that student down onto the sofa, and begin to teach that student algebra, page by page, problem by problem. And at the first light of dawn, as the student finally got through his thick head basic algebraic equations, maybe Bryant, maybe it's you, would you not say, okay, this student of mine who's flunking is now on his way to a good grade. Bring out the potato chips and the dip, turn up the music, and let's have a party. Wake up the neighbors. Which one of you wouldn't do that? Well, of course, the answer is nobody would do that. There's not a person here who would ever behave like that. Teacher. Who would ever behave like that teacher, that shepherd, or that woman? If you abandon your flock to go beat the bushes looking for one lost sheep, you're going to lose lots of sheep. Tearing apart your home in search of one lost coin makes for terrible housekeeping. You're going to lose a lot of money fixing back your house. Also, stalking a student in a desperate attempt to teach algebra is unethical, if not illegal. No sensible, responsible, thoughtful person would behave like this. That's when the preacher says, I'm sorry. These are not stories about you. These are stories about God. God is the seeking shepherd, the searching woman, the relentless math teacher. We are conditioned to presume that the church is about us. Church is where we come to be reminded of our responsibilities, a place where we come to note where we have gone wrong and to get on the right path. No. Church is primarily about God. Church is where we come to learn the truth about who God is and what God is up to in the world. We like to think that God is much like us when we are at our best. We would reach out to those in need, but not overreach. We would attempt to be gracious to the one who is lost and wandering, but not overly gracious. We would be polite to the outcast and the downtrodden, but we would have our limits. Jesus says in today's gospel that when it comes to seeking out, searching for, and saving the lost, God is not like us. Jesus is criticized by the good, righteous, Bible-believing people for hanging out with the lost. In response, he tells some wild little stories of a searching shepherd and a seeking woman who searched and sought until they found what was lost. He doesn't say that the woman searched until she had spent a number of hours in the process and she finally gave up. He says she searched until she found what she was looking for. And in Jesus Christ, in his words and deeds, we learn that God will not stop searching and seeking until God finds what God is looking for. you expected. God isn't the one who sits back saying, they know my office hours. If they want to be with me, they know where to find me. Come to church between 11 and 12 and we'll talk. No. God doesn't wait for you to come to God. God, in seeking, searching for love, comes to you. If I asked, why are you here in church today? Many of you would testify to the God who came out and got you before you came to God. God somehow found a way to enter into your life and find you where you were. There's great hope in that, don't you see? We have a God who is actively seeking to bring all things into communion and relationship. All. No matter who you are or where you come from. So let us actively celebrate and seek diversity and inclusivity. In God's kingdom, all are welcome, no exceptions. Let's make it so at First Presbyterian Church, now and always. Amen.